The Bay Area is buzzing again, and Dub Nation can feel it in their bones. A rumor that could reshape the identity of the Golden State Warriors has started spreading like wildfire across the league. Isaiah Hartenstein, the versatile big man who turned heads with his hustle, rim protection, and feel for the game, is being linked with a move to the Warriors. And if this speculation turns into reality, it could be the move that reignites the dynasty. For months, fans have been asking for one thing: a true interior presence. Someone who can bang inside, defend the rim, and still move the ball like a warrior. Hartenstein checks every one of those boxes. He's not just a shot blocker, he's a connector, a player who thrives on basketball IQ, vision, and toughness. That's exactly what this team needs right now: a silent worker ready to do the dirty job while letting Curry and Clay do the magic. Golden State's identity has always been about motion, passing, and intelligence, and Hartenstein fits that mold perfectly. Watching his highlights, it's hard not to imagine him setting those solid screens for Curry, handing off to Clay for a quick release, or dishing to a cutting Wiggins. The idea of that chemistry is pure basketball poetry. Rumors began swirling after insiders noted that the Warriors' front office has been quietly exploring options to solidify their frontcourt. Kevin Looney has been a soldier, but fatigue and undersized matchups have taken their toll. The team knows it needs someone to complement Draymond Green, someone younger, taller, and hungry. Enter Hartenstein. Some fans initially dismissed the talk as another off-season fantasy. But then came subtle hints, cryptic tweets, insider murmurs, and front office whispers. Steve Kerr was seen praising Hartenstein's defensive versatility during an interview. Coincidence? Maybe not. Because this feels like a classic Warriors move: quiet, intelligent, and deeply strategic. They don't go for the flash, they go for fit. Remember how everyone doubted the Iguodala signing back in the day? Or how people said Kevin Durant would mess up the chemistry? Golden State knows when a player aligns with their culture, and Hartenstein just might be that missing puzzle piece. He's not the type to chase headlines, but his impact is loud in the way he alters shots, crashes the boards, and makes the right play. And let's be honest, how long have the Warriors been craving a center who can actually protect the rim without sacrificing the ball movement that defines this team? The rumor gained traction when an anonymous source hinted that the Warriors had already reached out to Hartenstein's camp to discuss potential terms. Whether that's true or not, Dub Nation doesn't need much to start dreaming. Just the possibility has electrified social media timelines, with fans flooding threads and spaces, debating the fit. Imagine Hartenstein catching those lobs from Chris Paul, one fan posted. Curry-Hartenstein pick and roll? That's lethal, another added. You can practically hear the excitement echoing across the bay. Because when you think about it, Hartenstein embodies that unselfish energy that made Golden State great. He's all about effort, timing, and teamwork, qualities that don't show up in flashy stats but win you championships. And for a team trying to rediscover its identity after a roller coaster season, this could be the breath of fresh air they've been looking for. If this rumor materializes, it wouldn't just be another signing. It would be a statement. A message to the league that the Warriors aren't done. That the dynasty still has fire left in its core. And that they're ready to adapt and evolve once again. Because that's what great teams do. They don't cling to the past, they build upon it. And Hartenstein feels like a bridge between eras, the hard-working, fundamentally sound big man who complements a system built on brilliance and creativity. Dub Nation remembers how the team once transformed unheralded players into household names. Maybe this is the next chapter in that story, the redemption of the modern big man, molded into the Warriors' rhythm of movement and intelligence. The rumor also sparks deeper curiosity about the Warriors' long-term plan. Are they reshaping their identity around defense again? Are they preparing for a new phase where the Splash Brothers share the court with a more balanced front line? The thought of Curry orchestrating while Hartenstein locks down the paint feels like destiny waiting to happen. And for a team that has struggled to find consistency in rebounding and interior defense, this potential addition seems like divine timing. It's as if the basketball gods are reminding the Warriors that greatness is built not only on talent but on balance. Inside the locker room, players reportedly wouldn't mind it. They know they need that toughness, someone who can battle with the league's bruisers and still keep the tempo flowing. And Hartenstein's style complements Draymond's intensity perfectly. Imagine those two rotating defensively, switching seamlessly, shouting, leading, commanding. That's championship DNA right there. Fans have started envisioning lineups already: Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Hartenstein. Balanced. Powerful. Intimidating. It almost sounds too good to be true. But then again, isn't that how every Warriors story begins? When the rumors first surfaced, analysts brushed them off as noise. But the tone has shifted. Now, every insider update, every front office move, every pause in the free agency market is being scrutinized for clues. Something's brewing in San Francisco, and Dub Nation feels it. There's a growing belief that this might not just be smoke. The Warriors have been unusually quiet in recent weeks, and historically, that's when they strike. Remember the Durant signing? The Cousins deal? Both came out of nowhere. This could be another one of those moments that make the basketball world stop and stare. The fit makes too much sense. Hartenstein's defensive versatility, passing touch, and underrated scoring would instantly elevate the Warriors' bench rotations. He's the kind of player who could thrive under Kerr's motion offense, always in the right spot, always making the extra pass. And that's what separates Golden State from everyone else. They don't just collect stars, they build systems that turn players into weapons. Hartenstein could easily become the next unsung hero in a long line of Warriors who found new life in the Bay. Dub Nation can already visualize Chase Center roaring as Hartenstein slams a putback dunk off a Curry miss. The crowd exploding. The bench standing. Draymond yelling. The rhythm returning. The dynasty pulse beating again. Because more than just a rumor, this feels like a reminder of what makes the Warriors special, the belief in synergy, in heart, in chemistry. It's not just about names, it's about connection. And that's where Hartenstein fits like a glove. Of course, nothing's official yet. But even speculation has its power. It reignites hope, fuels imagination, and reconnects fans with a dream. And in sports, sometimes that's the first spark of a revolution. As the whispers grow louder, fans are starting to ask the real question: if not now, when? The Warriors' window isn't closing, it's evolving. And adding a player like Hartenstein could extend that window by giving the team the balance it desperately needs. There's something poetic about this rumor too. The Warriors, once criticized for being small, potentially embracing size without losing identity. It's evolution in real time. It's the next step in the dynasty's journey. Steve Kerr loves players who think the game, not just play it. Hartenstein thinks the game. His reads on pick and rolls, his anticipation on rotations, his ability to facilitate from the high post, all these skills scream Warrior basketball. It's easy to imagine Kerr watching film late at night, seeing Hartenstein's game unfold and smiling quietly, knowing exactly how he'd use him. That's how these moves begin, with vision. And the Warriors have never lacked vision. Even opposing fans are nervous. They know what happens when Golden State finds the right fit. The whole league feels the ripple effect. From the Oracle days to Chase Center nights, the Warriors have always had a knack for turning whispers into legends. As the speculation spreads, one thing becomes clear: Dub Nation is alive again. The same energy that filled the air when KD arrived, when Clay returned, when Steph hit 13 threes, it's back. That intangible electricity of belief. The rumor has even reached players' social media. A few subtle emojis. A few curious likes. And of course, the fans dissecting every move, every post, every story. That's what makes being part of Dub Nation so thrilling. Every clue feels like destiny unfolding. Whether this rumor ends up real or not, it has already done something powerful. It reminded fans of the fire. The hunger. The endless possibility that defines Golden State basketball. Because in the end, the Warriors aren't just a team, they're a feeling. A pulse. A movement. And right now, that pulse is racing with excitement over the idea of Isaiah Hartenstein wearing blue and gold. For Hartenstein, too, the move would be transformative. Playing alongside Steph Curry isn't just about highlights, it's about learning the art of selfless basketball. It's about becoming part of something bigger than yourself. And who knows? Maybe this is the start of a beautiful story. Maybe one day, fans will look back and say, that's where it began, that rumor, that spark, that moment when Dub Nation believed again. The Warriors have built their legacy on unexpected stories, on players who exceeded expectations, on chemistry that defied logic. Hartenstein could be the next name etched into that golden narrative. So yes, it's just a rumor for now. But in the Bay, rumors carry weight. They echo. They grow. They manifest. Because this is not just any franchise, this is Golden State. And when the Warriors move, they don't move quietly. They move with purpose. They move with legacy. And if Hartenstein truly becomes part of this brotherhood, it could mark the beginning of another unforgettable chapter in the saga of the dynasty that refuses to die. Dub Nation, keep your eyes open. The off-season just got interesting. And somewhere in the echoes of Chase Center, the sound of a new era might already be whispering, Isaiah Hartenstein, welcome to the Warriors. Before we dive into the next update, help us keep the Warriors' spirit alive by subscribing to the channel and smashing that like button. Stay connected with all the latest Golden State Warriors news. Now, let's get into it.